Maria Sharapova is a famous Russian tennis player who has repeatedly topped the lists of the most successful and richest athletes. Focus on a professional career from early childhood, perseverance and talent allowed Maria not only to collect an impressive number of awards, but also not to lose the attention of fans even after leaving the big sport. Maria Sharapova was born in the Siberian city of Nyagan on April 19, 1987. Father, Yuri Viktorovich Sharapov, honored tennis coach of Russia. His mother is Elena Petrovna Sharapova. Both are from Gomel, but due to the disaster at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, pregnant Elena Petrovna moved to Siberia, to her father. After a while, the family exchanged the Gomel house for an apartment in Sochi. There, at the age of 4, Maria took a racket in her hands for the first time. In 1993, 6-year-old Sharapova got to a masterclass with Martina Navratilova in Moscow. The latter advised Maria to enter the famous Nick Bollettieri Academy in the United States. In 1995, Maria and her father moved to America with only $700 in their hands. Only 2 years later, Maria's mother was able to fly to America. She was saving up for a ticket. At the age of 9, Sharapova entered the Bollettieri Academy. The training was paid for by the IMG agency, with which she signed a contract. In many ways, Mary became what we know her because of faith. Other people's faith in her. At first, Yevgeny Kafelnikov's father Alexander believed in her, who gave her the first racket. Then Maria's first coach Yuri Yudkin, who was amazed by the little girl's game. After some time, Sharapova was noticed by Martina Navratilova herself, and Father Yuri believed the famous tennis player. In Florida, Maria was noticed not only for her tennis talent, but also for her beauty. Back in the early 2000s, she began to take part in various photo shoots for glossy magazines. In interviews, Sharapova never tires of repeating that filming and advertising contracts throughout her sports career cannot be at the top of her list of priorities. Maria, like all tennis players, is rarely at home. Until the age of 2, she lived in Nyagan, then in Sochi, and then in Florida. In this sunny state, Sharapova bought her first house. In 2006, she bought a second one, in Manhattan Beach, California, near Los Angeles. The tennis player chose the interiors herself. It is known that many elements of the house are made of wood. In 2003, Maria spent her first full season in the Women's Tennis Association and won 2 titles at once. At the moment, she has 29 titles to her credit, including 4 of the most important ones at each of the Grand Slam tournaments. On July 27, 2012, Maria became the first female flag bearer of the Russian national team. She carried the country's flag at the opening ceremony of the Olympics in London. Sharapova has always dreamed of taking part in the Olympic Games, as well as winning a medal. Recall that she took silver from London. The name of Maria Sharapova is known all over the world. It regularly tops various popularity lists for search queries. One of the jewelry companies released earrings called Maria Sharapova. In 2012, Maria took a bold step that brought success. She created the Sharapova brand, under which she produces sweets, lollipops and other confectionery. The tennis player has invested $500,000 in the new enterprise and regularly advertises her products around the world. The idea of the word Sharapova came to businessman Jeff Rubin. Maria is the face of many world-famous companies. In total, she signed contracts with more than a dozen different companies. The largest of them, for $70 million, with the manufacturer of the sports. The first coach of the tennis player in 1991 was Yuri Yudkin. Then, already in Florida, Robert Lansdorp began to work with her. It was under his leadership that she won her first victory at the Grand Slam tournaments. Then Sharapova worked with Michael Joyce for more than 5 years, with Thomas Hogstedt for 2.5 years and with Jimmy Connors for a month. Since November last year, Maria has been training with Sven Groneveld. Maria is one of the most popular tennis players not only because of her appearance, but also because of her bright attacking style of play. The main weapon of the tennis player is considered to be strong and deep blows from the backline. In the best matches, the serve also works, but often it also becomes its weak point. Unfortunately, shoulder injuries had a great impact on the tennis player's serve. Due to shoulder surgeries, Maria had to change her movements several times when serving. Sharapova still makes a lot of double faults. Many experts believe that problems with the serve negatively affect self-confidence and prevent you from showing better results. The heyday of Maria's career began in 2004. Yes, she had already won 2 WTA titles in the previous season, but the main successes are associated with 2004, when she sensationally won Wimbledon and won a total of 5 trophies, including the finals. That season is still one of the best in her career. On November 10, 2012, Maria's wedding with basketball player Sasa Vujacic was supposed to take place, but shortly before this date they broke up. Sharapova does not like to talk about her personal life, so the reasons for the quarrel are not known for sure. Dancing is one of Maria's main hobbies off the court. In addition, she is fond of fashion, singing, and loves to watch movies. Among her favorite paintings are The Smile of the Mona Lisa, Love with and Without Rules, Love Actually. In fact, at Wimbledon 2004, the whole world learned about Maria. Sharapova demonstrated incomparable tennis and confidently beat the clear favorite. In the first 4 matches, she did not give up a set, and then defeated Ai Sugiyama and Lindsay Davenport not without difficulty before getting the better of Williams. Character is another weapon of Maria. The fighting spirit and the fight until the very end many times allowed us to pull out already seemingly lost matches. For example, in the final of the tournament in Rome in 2012, she won back a match point from Lina and won the title. Maria is a maximalist and sets herself only the highest goals in sports. Despite financial difficulties in childhood and numerous injuries during her career, Maria became a great champion and has already written her name in the history of tennis, while she has every chance to improve her sports achievements. In 2011, Time magazine named Maria one of the 30 best tennis players of the past, present and future, and a year later, the Tennis Channel included her in the list of the 100 best tennis players of all time. In the same 2012, Maria won the Career Slam. This happened after the victory at Roland Garros. Only 9 tennis players, in addition to her, managed to win at all major tournaments. Sharapova achieved this at the age of 25. At a younger age, only Maureen Connolly Brinker, Margaret Court, Steffi Graf and Serena Williams conquered this achievement. The victory at Wimbledon 2004 was the first step towards joining the elite of world tennis, and on August 22, 2005, Maria made the second. She topped the WTA rating list. Sharapova was the first racket of the world for only 1 week, but soon returned to the top. At the moment, she has spent a total of 21 weeks in first place. Her father's contribution to Maria's success can hardly be overestimated. Many talk about his difficult character and inappropriate behavior during matches in relation to Maria's rivals, but it was thanks to his efforts that Sharapova became a top-class tennis player. In the first months after moving to the United States, he had to get a low-paid job in order to receive at least some money and pay for Maria's classes at the Nick Bollettieri Academy. On July 1, 2022, Maria gave birth to a son, who was named Theodore. Less than a month after the birth of the child, Maria returned to physical activity. Now Maria Sharapova remains a world-class star, attracting attention with her business successes, impeccable appearance and luxurious lifestyle, and her pages on social networks are constantly updated with photos with popular actors, athletes and other media personalities. In July 2024, the ex-tennis player was among the celebrities who watched the Wimbledon final, where Barbara Krejcikova defeated Jasmine Paolini. Shortly before that, Sharapova brought little Theodore to the same court where she shocked the tennis world 20 years ago, beating Serena Williams, who seemed invincible at that time, and winning the first of her main titles. In the same month, the largest sports channel ESPN put Maria Sharapova in 3rd place in the ranking of the greatest tennis players of the 21st century. Only the Williams sisters are above her, according to experts.